Hello guys and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to our very first episode of Stock Watch. This is very new for Daily Market Movements. We've rarely covered US equities in the past, but the reason that I have started to do so is because, US stocks are a deep passion of mine, and my performance is actually incredibly good when it comes to trading US equities. So this year, going into 2022, I thought to myself, as well as doing the other stuff, which, like the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the likes of gold, crude oil. I'm also going to be covering crypto as well, as I've done very well with crypto over the past 12 months. I thought, let's cover US equities as well. So welcome to the very first episode of Stock Watch. It is going to vary as to what stocks we cover. I will be sharing with you every single trade that I do take in my stock portfolio, and we're going to take it from there. Whatever stock's trending or whatever stock where I believe there is a good money-making opportunity, I will share it with you. It's as simple as that. So there's two stocks that I've picked out during today's trading session, which I really like. I think they're very interesting and they offer some fantastic money making opportunities. In fact, I have actually gone and bought one of the stocks whilst I'm going to be monitoring the second stock. So the first stock over here is PayPal. This is the stock that I have just purchased. I've just purchased PayPal down at $205 a share. They've just reported earnings during yesterday's close, and there was a surprise with regards to the earnings per share, so we actually come out and bought and beat that. We hit 1.11 versus 1.08 expected, so we had that 3.22% surprise towards the upside. But when it comes to the revenue, we were a little bit shy of 45 million. We were down 0.74%. But most traders would argue that we pretty much were in line with earnings, although it was $45 million. It's not much for a company that's bringing in roughly 6.18 billion worth of revenue each quarter. So it wasn't really the earnings call as to why we have fallen so significantly over the past couple of months. And just to actually price that up for you, how far have we actually fallen? Well, from an all-time high all the way up at $308, all the way down to current levels, we are down 35%, which means, if we turn that around, if we were to trade back towards that all-time high, all the way up at $308 a share, that represents almost a 54% move, up at 53.64%, which is a fantastic money-making opportunity here. I really like PayPal. What sparked this bad news is when they come out 2 weeks ago and revealed that they're going to be buying Pinterest. Now that deal did fall through, and PayPal, soon afterwards announced that they are no longer interested in buying Pinterest. But that also showed investors that PayPal are interested in, verging out and purchasing another company to get into the e-commerce business. So I think that's why investors have started to sell some stock. But nevertheless, I do like PayPal for the medium to long term. Sure, the short term is looking quite bearish right now, but medium to long term, I think we bounce. So I went and bought shares this morning at $205. This stock offers fantastic risk-reward ratio. Just from a technical perspective, I'm just going to show you why I like this stock. Well, currently the RSI is all the way down at 22, so we are considered to be significantly over sold in the short run. As I just mentioned, we're down roughly 35%, 40% in the past couple of weeks, and that has caused the RSI to fall all the way from those high overbought territory all the way down to 22. So we are significantly considered to be oversold here in PayPal. As well as that, one thing that I do like is that we are soon going to meet some support, and you could argue that support is all the way down at $180. And I want to take you to the weekly chart here because I found something quite interesting. The 200-day EMA is roughly around that, that 170, 180 area. So if we continue to fall here, I do anticipate us to find some significant support around that 1780 area. That 180 area, 180 going down to 170. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a white line as to where I do anticipate us to find that support. It'd be roughly around the area there. So personally, I think that we don't go much lower than where we currently are now. And that gives us a very good risk-reward ratio, because towards the upside, up towards 308, we've got a 52% gain, where on the flip side, if we were to break down from that support, let's say down to 160, 20%. So we're basically we could potentially gain 50% or 54% towards the upside, and we're risking 20% towards the downside. So that offers a fantastic risk reward ratio here for the PayPal. One thing I do not like with the PayPal shares at this moment in time is that on the 50 and the 200-day EMA, we are getting that bearish crossover where the 50-day EMA is piercing below the 200. So I will continue to monitor that. Medium to long term, that means that we could be bullish for some time, but as I just mentioned, I will continue to look at that as we go along. But I have just bought PayPal shares at $205 a share, so keep that in mind as we as I post more videos throughout the week and update you on this position. The other stock that I'm looking at, I know that Wall Street doesn't really like this stock, but I've made a lot of money, and that is American Airlines. This is the daily chart in front of you, and we've managed to break above that 50-day EMA now. But what I really like, I think it's the weekly chart. It is the weekly chart. Look where the 200-day EMA is. We have previously been rejected from there on 2 separate occasions, and I anticipate a move up towards that 200-day EMA. So if you were to go and retest that 200-day, and that represents a 15% move towards the upside, I really like American Airlines. But I think that we could still pull back perhaps down towards $20 a share. If we got back down towards $20 a share, I'd be all over this stock, because that's where the 50 and the 200-day EMA is. And as you can see, the 50-day EMA has managed to stay above the 200-day EMA as well. So that's very, very positive indeed. But one thing I don't like, and why I haven't opened a position in the American Airlines yet, is because the RSI is considered to be overbought, just about trading at roughly 70. So I'm going to wait for that pullback, like I just mentioned, down towards $20 a share, and then that is an area where I will be hoping to purchase some American Airlines, because the technicals look pretty decent, but the fundamentals are very strong as well. We've just had that travel barrier between the US, the UK, China, and Asia reopen, which is very, 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 very positive indeed for the long haul flights, and carriers like American Airlines will benefit significantly. I think it's American Airlines and United Airlines are the airlines that benefit the most from the long haul flight. So very, very positive indeed for American Airlines. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this stock and monitoring it throughout the next week or so. And if we get that pullback towards back down towards $20 a share, that is an area where I would be interested in buying. So I've just kept you up to date. PayPal, I've opened a trade $205. I will probably hold. I'll probably be holding that shares up towards $300. I'm not entirely sure when I will close them. I may just play the short-term bounce, as the RSI is considered to be oversold. And then American Airlines, I am very bullish on this stock. I think we could see a move up towards $25 a share, but the RSI in the short term on the daily is considered to be overbought. So I'm going to wait for it to cool off a little bit before purchasing shares. So you are all up to date with my current outlook for US equities going forward. And thank you very much for tuning in for this episode